on the ambassador, that's great, but so much of that comp is relying on Dr. on this Yunara popping off. And I look at the other side, and Gen.G has so many tools to stop that from ever being a problem.
Was that Canyon had basically no early impact, whereas Cuz was winning multiple lanes as Chovy.
The flash in from BDD is in comes Cuz,
throws
the buckler at the back of his head, and down goes Chovy for first.
As they spawn, Canyon and Duro in the area. Level 6 for Duro as well.
As the hook comes on through, they're engaging onto the rel. I don't know whether it's the best choice, as Cuz is just going to evict Chovy from the fight. Now Canyon's in trouble. As Dr. doesn't have a Slurkle anymore, but in goes Duro, and he will fall down. But the trade is there immediately. In the meantime, Perfect is there towards the bottom side of the map, and the 1-for-1 isn't too bad if Peter does stay alive, and that will indeed
over as they do clear out the vision in the back of the pit here. But Gen.G 4-man strong will be able to take this one by the looks of things. We'll see whether Cuz can find a bit of an angle, but Chovy not going to get slammed against a wall, and it is just going to be the first two objectives going over to Gen.G without too much of an issue here, as now Gen.G finding an angle towards Peter on the bottom side of the map. Magnus Storm comes in, flash out from Peter, but he still gets pulled back in. Still, they do get the flash, and that is a big deal. You're here, you're in the Inspire Arena, have a look around.
I should feel inspired.
Yep, yes. To make sure that we are paying as much attention, no susture at all, okay? We need to channel away from
possible
that.
Dive.
Yeah, bit of an angle here for KT. Let's see where the ruler is going to be all right. As there's the flash forward. Good flash away as the depth charge not going to be avoided, but down comes Gen.G and out goes Peter via the death chamber. That was beautifully played there by Ruler, even if he did have to invest the flash. Is now Perfect taking a hot walk out of this top lane, but will be able to make it out.
Yeah, you can see KT trying to rush the play, make it happen quickly before Gen.G could respond, but the flash was perfect from Ruler. If he gets stunned against the terrain, I think they can just grab the kill and get out quickly, make the great escape, but he's able to disengage from the situation. It's Peter who goes down.
Speaking of going down, could be a little bit of a rough spot here for Canyon, as he does. Flash Flag Dragon gets himself out of his Cataclysm, and they're not wanting to give away feats of strength for free.
Look at BDD on the flank.
Looking to throw a bear at them. Let's see what happens here as second Dragon. Oh, the flash in from Peter. They're looking for Ruler, who does get knocked up. And the Cataclysm comes down, but the Rel's already dead. Out goes the Jarvan. Peter is traded, but now Keen's in an awkward spot. And Dr. is free hitting. BDD gets on top of Chovy, and Dr. just flashes for it. Now Perfect's dashing around this fight as Keen flashes away. It's Cuz that locks down the Dragon, and Gen.G, they do secure an even kill trade, unless Cuz is able to make this one a problem, and never mind, it's a problem for Cuz. Down he'll go, and Gen.G will actually win the fight, even though they lost the Drake.
And
get some things done with this champion. Rift Herald has been started, and Gen.G, oh man, they are all grouped up and ready to go. Equalizer goes down first as Cuz gonna get interrupted on the ult. He does slam Canyon against the wall as now BDD looking for Chovy off to the side. Perfect execution to come on through there, as it's public, but it's also Perfect playing the champion, so I reckon we'll count it.
And is able to get the smite steal.
And now Gen.G's routed. They have the Herald, they slam it down mid immediately, so even though it's a 1-for-1.
So over to Gen.G at the same time. KT will be able to answer with this top lane outer turret being taken by P.
면이 빠진 친구들을 이런 타이밍에 한번 사이드에서 노리면 괜찮은데
확인해 봅니다. 오, 그래도 킹이 완전히 물렸습니다. 이쪽 탈출 못합니다.
그래서 매복 위치 또 기가 막혔기 때문에
네. 그리고 BDD가 아래쪽에 대기하고 있습니다.
그래서 젠지도 그냥 줄 거 주고 밀 거 밀자 콜이 나오긴 했어요.
그런데 조금 더 캐년을 한번 막아봅니다. 그리고 퍼펙트가 들어서 막고 덕담이 먹습니다.
자르반 핑퐁까지도 저렇게 막으면서 성과를 내가지고
그래서 피터 선수의 그 폭랩 타이밍이 정말 좋았었네요.
이거 연달아 계속 먹네요, 드래곤까지.
물론 젠지도 그 와중에 뭐 사이드 쪽 이득은 좀 보고 있지만 그래도 KT도 뭉쳐다니면서 나름의 이득은 보고 있어서 구도가 되게 재밌어지고 있죠.
그래서 결과적으로 골드를 다시 한번 먹고는 있는데 이게 들어갔습니다.
멀리 왔어요 좀.
바로 한번 빨아요. 커지는 위협.
약간 빨려 들어가는 형태가 돼버려서 그리고 이렇게 되면 탑은 어쨌든 럼블이 좀 밀고 있었기 때문에
And it looks like KT not ones to back down from a fight, even though perhaps they should be.
Banana brush.
Yeah, they're going to get control of it this time around, but Gen.G already starting off this Dragon. Perfect looking for an angle towards Keen. They do spy the Rumble, lurking in the back of that pit as the equalizer into the Banana Brush, doing absolutely nothing at all. Perfect getting on top of Keen here, but the Poppy ultimate is going to get avoided. Somehow it's Ruler that takes down the Dragon as Perfect, able to dash his way out. BDD's been exhausted, and Duro gets on top of him. The Annie executed immediately, and KT just cannot do damage in this fight. Down go 3, and Doctom just gonna have to walk away from this one. Manages to dash away from Canyon, but Keen probably not going to let him leave. The Harpoons looking for him, but he doesn't even need them. Unable to dash over that wall. Down goes Doctom, and Gen.G, I think, just won the game.
And in a fight where KT, I think, needs to be laser focused on taking down Ruler, they didn't even get a Suns.
Yep, didn't even get near him. He was just free hitting, gets a triple kill there, and I think it was a fight they really didn't need to take. And a fight that now going to regret.
It is going to be a dive opportunity. They are just able to tank this one up, though, and down will go the inner. One last one remaining towards that bottom side.
Yeah, they are Nazi taking poke from the Corki as well, and the towers are just dying to the cannon minions.
Yep, and there's 2 that are already set up here, so this inhibitor is well and truly dead. Keen just ushering in another wave towards this mid lane, and
that's just the rock. Go for the rock.
Yeah. I'm going to go with hard place, potentially made out of rocks.
I don't think he's in this movie, guys.
Oh, okay. He's been in quite a few of them, though. It's pretty surprising. Gen.G will be able to take the inhibitor.
It's hard to imagine anyone getting picked off with the tools available right now.
By KT, they've decided that this is the hill that they're going to do their last gasp on. BDD looking for a bit of an angle here as Doctom is scary. The hook to come on out, but Keen just eats it with the Zhonya's. So no flash here for Peter. Chovy looking for a window, does find it. Another hook is going to connect. Peter does find the knock-up on the Canyon and manages to make his way out. And there's the ulti. Will connect onto Keen now that he doesn't have that. Zonya's the flash forward. There's the public execution. But Chovy goes golden as well. And now it's Duro's turn to get in there. Still, they don't have a lot of the tools, and Chovy will be taken down. BDD in trade immediately, but Doctom, can he actually get it done? The answer is no, because Ruler is unfortunately still alive for KT fans, and yeah, that 1v1 ain't gonna be one you're gonna win there, Doctom. It's a quadra for Ruler, and Cuz will deny the Penta, but I don't think he's gonna deny his Nexus going down.
This is a sort of fight where maybe if it was a 3,000, 4,000 gold lead, you could have seen KT winning it, but they barely took out Chovy.
What do you mean? It's 4 times that amount. They should have easily been able to do it.
Ruler just sat there free hitting, having the great time on this Corki, doing so much damage, and now Cuz trying to defend solo. We'll see if Ruler cares more about the Penta.
Of course he does.
Yeah, I don't know whether the Penta still exists, but we'll see whether he can get it. Unofficial Penta kill there from Ruler as he takes down the Nexus.
Gen.G picks. The value the Aatrox can get here is absolutely massive.
Who kills Aatrox? Like once he gets his items, that's going to be
just fine for the moment. Down by about a wave is probably what you'd expect for the Akali in this matchup. Seismic Shove is going to catch him though as BDD takes a turret shot, has to flash to get out of the way of Chovy. That was as BDD feeling a little less hypey in this lane for the moment. 5-point strike will connect there onto Chovy. And there is the...
What's your problem with saltwater bodies, Max? Like, why didn't you like the ocean?
I just don't think Ocean Soul is very powerful in League of Legends. I do think that the ocean is pretty cool, though. And Chovy going to be flashing away from BDD here. Doesn't find the shuriken backflip for that reason, but hits level 4. I think this next fight is going to tell us so much.
Because I do think they need to win, right? Like, Duro?
Oh, yeah, actually taking a lot of damage here as the last turret shot comes through a little bit late. The train is making its way down, and Perfect will be able to pick up this.
HP. They obviously knew it wasn't Doctom because he wasn't using his Q, but you see Canyon and Keen moving over for Cuz.
Yeah, good sidestep here from Cuz. Does get pulled back by the Infernal Chains, but puts down the kennel for Keen. BDD now into the Shroud, and they're looking to lock down 2 of these grubs. We'll see whether KT can actually do that as they're waiting on this Smite cooldown momentarily. Canyon moves on in. He should be able to get this second one. And we'll see whether Gen.G decide to stick around as Keen. Still at about 50% health, but he is Aatrox. Doesn't quite have the broken item yet, but does, of course, just have his passive.
Yeah, Cuz is going to have his Smite sooner, so I think Gen.G knew they just had to kind of, as long as they're getting the one grub to deny, they're kind of okay with not fully contesting when they don't need to.
Oh, BDD going in, does throw down the ulti here, doesn't hit the backflip, but now BDD underneath the turret, and it's Chovy that outplays it.
Oh no, if that Shuriken had landed, he would have done it. But instead, it's Chovy.
Okay, you know, I forced him out of lane. I still have my flash.
I was honestly expecting it, and then he went back in.
Then he fully committed.
Oh, Peter looking for the Pop Blossom, doesn't get it onto Ruler. The spell shield's fantastic. Does still manage to land the Tangle Barbs, though, is now Doctom going aggro towards Duro here. He flashes away, but the slow connects onto Ruler. Great sidestep from Peter there, as well as it's now Duro in trouble, and Doctom picks up the kill. The sidesteps were pretty nice, but not enough.
And this is just the power of the level 6 from the Zeri. That being said,
that's coming in.
Yeah, teleport to come on through here as they're looking to try and turn it, standing their ground as they maybe shouldn't have. Flash out there from Doctom is now BDD going aggro once again. Sliding over the wall though, Jet Set Radio.
But it's just kind of showing the power of the ultimate combo from this Nico and Zeri. Really needs to be respected in the 2v2. Now look at this team fight.
Yeah, Dragon's going to be equalized here as pay attention, please, Orcs. Interruption on the Weave as well, fantastic. As Chovy down very low once again, has to use that flash immediately as soon as it comes back off cooldown. This game's still exceptionally close, but Gen.G slowing down.
KT, we said going into this, coming out of the draft, they needed momentum with his composition. Oh no.
Yeah, there's the flick onto Peter immediately. He gets quicknessed up though, and the charm is going to hold him in place long enough for that Nico to just have no options.
So that initial play from...
Throw moving in, BDD wanting to backflip his way over this wall, but it's getting dicey. Does get on over. Megacone is going to be there as well as the Rift Herald down to 50% health. KT had already started this one up. Teleport in from Perfect. He's going to have to land this engage if they want to stand a chance. As Canyon goes in, manages to take the Rift Herald here. The knock up onto the Scion, who's being thrown around like a ragdoll, and now Keen finds the back line. The flash over the wall from Perfect, but he's out of the fight. Pop Blossom does nothing at all. And the Weaver's Wall comes in. Perfect somehow actually utilizing it quite well, but it's Zeri that goes down first. Canyon sacrifices himself, and now Chovy is behind enemy lines claiming all the flashes. And that fight was almost 100% Gen.G.
It looked like Gen.G had a 4,000 gold lead with how that fight played out. Oh, Shuriken doesn't connect. At no point in that did KT really look like they had any momentum. It felt like they were just running away for most of the time. They find a turnaround kill in the Canyon, but that's really it. For the rest of it was just kite, run, escape, and KT just managed to barely get out looking at there. And then, yeah, they killed Canyon in the back, but it just never felt like an actual fight from KT.
Well, we might see another one here, or at least an attempt, as Seismic Shove connects onto Perfect. He is in a lot of trouble. Infernal Chains pull him back in. Wind Becomes Lightning doesn't find the mark here as BDD on a flank angle does get that Shroud down. Now Ruler in trouble as Cuz gets on top of him, but Perfect is going to be the first one to go down. Just front to back here from Gen.G as Ruler claims the first kill. Doctom sliced in half by the full health Keen. And yeah, that problem that you posed earlier, Chronicler, we're seeing the answer is there's nothing. There's no option. As maybe if he's not there, then there's a possible kill onto Ruler. He's going to be able to avoid the Shuriken, but because he's just got a big club. So there's
not going to go for Keen. Doctom needs to be in range to do damage, and Keen is already so far. The cleaver is done.
Yeah, no, that's absurd. 2 items have been completed as Chovy drives on in, doesn't find the Seismic Shove, but they will be able to find this first turret. And Gen.G, they would have got more feats of strength, but
at any point.
2025.
Particularly at this point, particularly at this specific moment in time.
Yeah.
It's like the spookiest point of the movie.
And yeah, it's spooky as well because there is a hiding Zeri. Is now Chovy going to get knocked up, and that is another kill going over to Doctom. That is a lot of money for him as well, as that's shutdown gold going in. They also get a teleport out of King.
And there it is again. It's the Death Brush. It's just the same play, and it works.
But I think it's the sort of play you definitely need to be making because your 5v5 is just not working right now. So go for these picks, and the gold goes to the right person. This time around, 770 gold went to Doctom, so big influx for the Zeri. Should have second item completed.
Yeah, knock up onto Cuz here as Keen finds the angle, and Subjugate is not going to keep him alive, although it is at least trying. Yeah, tried to make that one work. Sundered Sky, an item not broken enough to save him.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of paddles.
Yeah. Canyon get into work on this Archon, and there's going to be no response from KT as they are focusing on taking down this inner turret. Keen looking for the angle here. We'll see how unkillable he actually is.
Very!
As it turns out, yes, entirely unkillable is the answer as they decide they're just going to instead run away as the Archon is just going to be taken for free.
And the thing is, it was going to be a trade, right? bottom lane, they got the tier 1, they were going for the tier 2. They're like, look, we give up Atacon, but we get a big influx of gold for the Zeri. Gen.G deny that. Now you're trading that bot lane tier 1 for the top lane tier 1, and you just get Atacon for free, essentially.
You pay him the big bucks. And thankfully, he asked the question. Unfortunately, we didn't get a good answer. As Perfect doesn't have a good answer to Gen.G just popping out of this brush either. Although, Doctom and Cuz moving down might be an option. Duro comes in for a bit of a flank angle as the Runans coming on in means that Doctom does do a fair bit of work.
They gotta try.
Yeah, looking for a bit of an angle here. We'll see where they can find it. The seismic shove connects. And Cuz taken down to below half health already before the fight has even started. And Shuriken backflip not going to connect onto Chovy once again. This dragon down relatively low. We'll see whether they can steal it away because he just can't get in. And it is just going to be secured here by Gen.G. Now Perfect trying to run away. Does break the chains that bind. I just don't know whether that's going to be enough as the wall will be put up. And not going to be followed through on as Gen.G. They can just back away if they would like to. Good backflip out of the way of Duro here, as now Keen possibly out of position as he does go into that World Ender state, and now the train is going to connect Pop Blossom onto 2. Can Keen actually die? The answer is no, ladies and gentlemen, because he is just too massive. Cuz gonna go down as well, and if you're ever gonna kill him, it was gonna be there. So for the rest of the game, I think Keen's just immortal.
It was a 10%!
Maximum value from the Sundered Sky at that HP. He just deletes Doctom, and as soon as he's down, the damage isn't there. Gen.G turn the fight around, and engage from Peter doesn't have the follow-through, and Gen.G looks like they're going to be winning this game too.
Oh my god, duo this Baron if they would like to. They are going to call for some help as KT, it's all about the Hail Marys.
No, Keen's there, get away KT!
Yeah, unfortunately, the certification office is now closed and VDD is stuck inside his blue buff pit. And now Keen looking for a bit of an angle. The solo Pop Blossom comes in. VDD, a bit of burst damage, but the Baron is going to be secured. And KT are just trying to cut their losses. Their losses will be Cuz at least, but Perfect likely to go down as well. Megacone going to be helping out here as Doctom barely avoids the wind becomes lightning, but I just don't know whether that is even going to be enough as he slides over the wall. Canyon taking a bit of damage. But Gen.G just going to follow these minions towards this inhibitor turret. And man, I think they are looking to close this one out pretty quickly.
This is just looking not even close right now, and there's just no way.
I have to say that, no matter what.
Expectations are getting really low, right?
Yep. No one is enthusiastic. Let's just say that. Maybe trying to kill Keen is a good test.
Hey, at least Doctom has Infinity Edge now, so he does some damage.
They have the
3-item spike.
That's something.
That is. They don't have inhibitor turrets. Oh, apart from the top one, that's something. All right, KT, last-ditch effort. We said the last one was a Hail Mary. I don't know what the next level is. I think I got to Hail Mary too quickly because they have another opportunity to do a thing that is like a last gasp. You know, maybe that's what it is. That's all right. Wall is going to be put up. That does get the Trundle out of there, but that is just buying Gen.G the space to take down this inhibitor.
Canyon's 3 levels higher.
Oh, they're going for it. Let's see whether the raid boss can actually be taken down. They haven't killed the ads though, and unfortunately that means that the raid boss is all that more powerful. You have to do the mechanics. KT is Doctom gonna get punished. Goes for a bit of a skate through the turret, but unfortunately he's out of the fight. PDD now looking for a little bit of an angle, but Perfect is gonna be torn to shreds. And the Nexus turrets will be next to go down. We won't see the revolting Aatrox with Chemtech Soul because unfortunately the Nexus is going to die beforehand. Duro having a little bit of a party on the fountain.
Canyon, no!
Canyon is tanking up an inner turret for some reason and is still able to kill PDD. Please put them out of their misery, and Gen.G will. They go to what Gen.G have put together though, there is a lot of CC. So you could have a lot of KT members just not able to play the game, but like you were saying, possibly missing out on damage, and we'll see the double satchel. As we've also got the junglers fighting. There's fighting all over the place. Is now Keen looking for a bit of an angle. The flash away, and Keen also going to be flashing here as now you got a Zenith Blade in, and Canyon is looking to die, but the heal comes on forward. He goes back. The triple pulverize is good, but it's a punch to come through for first blood. Still, the counter punch is better as Gen.G take down 2.
The heal was so clutch to keep Canyon alive just a little bit longer, bait them in, and now
oh god, Doctom's dead as well.
Has to flash.
He has to flash to get over the wall. So Duro, oh my, what is it with this guy in game 3?
so much...
Canyon doesn't care if he dies there. If they win the skirmish, what's he do? And he gets, what, 2 flashes?
Huh? Well, what can he get now is the question, as there is a knock-up onto Keen. He gets out. Keen is the one that's now in a little bit of trouble. No flash available. Will get slowed down. And I don't think... Oh, never mind. Keen surviving for a while. Cuz will be taken down, though, as it's a 1-for-1 on the top side. And Feats of Warfare will be taken here by Gen.G.
It's also not the ideal position to be as
Oh, dear. Well, Dr. is going to get towards... Oh my god, the last shot! Deadly Flourish is exactly that, but the sidestep there for Dr.
Actually, I think he did use his flash, but it's just not updated on the scoreboard. It says
the kill isn't there yet either, so we're just taking our time momentarily.
Yeah, I was thinking he flashed, but now I looked over, you know, I trusted the...
Let's keep our eye on it. Ruler hitting.
So they tried to reset aggro there, but then it still went the way of Ruler.
Yes, you did flash at the end, yeah, okay.
Because of the interrupt on Duro, he doesn't...
KT fans, we just don't want it to get any worse.
That's so mean!
I think they
don't want it to get any worse.
They want to be stuck further in the past, you know, maybe...
2018.
No, last week.
So,
yeah, last week.
Yeah, last week would be pretty good, as now Duro's going to get taken... Update the scoreboard! Oh, never mind, you don't have to, well, there's no updates. No updates. As, the curtains have now been called. Dr. looking for an angle, Cuz. Oh dear, the ulti from Chovy comes in. He was looking for Cuz first. Dr. is a sitting duck, but he does have to rebind that soul as Ruler diving forward. He's got a dancing grenade. It's not quite enough. And I don't think Ruler's going to be diving yet again. Deadly Flourish going to be back up in control if they lose it, right? Canyon's on Maokai, the best at retaking control. As Captive Audience is going down, you can see the Drake going down low as well. Teleport does come in. There's the Nature's Grasp. As it is the Vi stealing away the Drake. That is something. And now Cuz looking for an angle onto Chovy as well. Dr. keeping himself safe. It's a Cloud Soul, and that's pretty cool. But that's also a triple knock-up with the Pulverize. These Gen.G health bars are so low, but there's no one that can actually do damage apart from BDD, who flashes forward and immediately gets smashed back. And Chovy finds the knockups as well. The Ahri survives for a while, but eventually goes down, and Dr. just doesn't have enough in the tank. The last man standing, they get the dragon, but he would also be in a great position in this game.
Okay,
in fact, maybe he should have.
No, not Teemo into
Okay. Well, in a turret now going to be taken here by KT. Not a lot of response by Gen.G outside of the outer turret in the top lane. So this is some Ziggs value.
This is what Ziggs is good at, you know, get some gold. They are potentially going to lose their mid-tier 1 though, if Gen, to be honest, right, Ruler has a massive lead over Dr. But I think things could be worse with how some of these fights...
Bit of a headache on the mid-outer turret. And Gen.G we'll be able to even up that turret scoreline as well as, sharp turn there from Canyon, keeping us on our toes.
Duro's on the flank.
This guy's cow is so scary.
Half trap?
Well, Canyon might be surprised about this. Never mind. He sweeps and flashes out of the way of the Zenith Blade. They do get the flash.
Right? Super comes out, doesn't end up dying, expected him to be on the top side from that previous play. And it gives the space for Chovy just to push up, take this tower here. So now Gen.G able to equalize in terms of towers, and that gold lead's starting to balloon a little bit. 2,500. I think with the fact the Ariel's not quite up.
Cuz going in. There's some dominance here from Perfect, who will get knocked up by Duro, but he does get stunned. Now Cuz looking for the angle, but immediately has to flash away. In the meantime, Canyon's just doing the dragon. And that is just going down slowly but surely, and KT with no real avenue in towards this fight. There is the Drake. They get vision of that as Solar Flare going to be eaten by the Bellows Breath. And now you've got Gen.G just trying to turn this one on to Peter. They should be able to take him down. Force shot will do it. And Duro looking worse for wear, but can they actually get to him? He's well and truly in the field right now, as finally it's Dr. that's able to lock it up with the Mega Inferno Bomb. KT going 1-for-1 in the fight, but they lose out on the objective. And the Zig's going to get caught by that.
Beautifully done.
We really need to take some.
I don't think I can do that well.
I
just should practice maybe.
Can I actually do the finish?
Can you do it again just so I can take some...
I want to actually
take some notes.
The fall.
Can you do it again so I can take some notes? Quickly, Punisher.
Yeah, please.
Don't have time!
Take it away. This is, okay, it is going to be a Nature's Grasp coming on through. Peter getting caught up.
as Cuz looking for the angle, but Duro says, no, I'm better at that than you are. As Cuz gets slammed back and taken down. Peter now, Eclipse not going to help him, but in goes Chovy, looks for the angle, catches the flash, and gets on top of Doctom. Not going to get knocked up by the last Q though, but it's a double from Ruler, who immediately Captain Jax and looks for the curtains on to KT. BDD blocking for Doctom, the flash out of the way as Keen looks to come in. Deadly Flourish, not going to be able to pick up that kill, but it's only BDD and Doctom. This inner turret's going to go down. And it's looking like KT may just be circling the drain here in game
Gen.G,
three.
they're going to win this game.
Oh my God, Atlas, no!
It's gone.
Probably pretty
Just
true.
gone.
Oh, the steal from Cuz! He is able to actually flash his way out as well. Peter may not be so lucky, but I think Peter for denial of Soul Point could be a good thing.
I don't care. I'm in denial too. You got this, KT. Keep it going.
There we go. Love that optimism, but maybe just stick with optimism, nothing starting with E, and then we'll be all right. As Duro, sub 50%, the cow looking a little bit worried, does have the ulti though. Satchel gonna get interrupted so nicely here. Cease and desist comes down, Mega Inferno Bomb just barely catching onto Ruler there. Gets into the back line, and it's the cow down as well, BDD. He's got some charges left on the ultimate as now Keen going down pretty slowly, I have to admit. Ruler puts together the Infinity Edge. Peter rocketing in to help out Perfect.
Cuz is healing off the camps. He's trying to get back into the fight.
Yeah, Cuz is well and truly behind enemy lines as there's the knock up onto the Crocodile. He is sent skyward and Canyon is able to brambly smash him to death.
Oh my.
Cuz is actually just counted
Hey.
outside this Baron. Some information is now going to be gained, but I don't know whether information is actually going to help. Good Charm does connect onto Duro looking for that flank angle. As there's the engage onto Perfect. He's taken down so incredibly low, so quickly, and it's Ruler that cuts him up. The Baron was just a bait this entire time. The knock-up doesn't connect onto Cuz though. Cease and desist into the backline, but Chovy's there with the ultimate to follow. And I think these wallets may just be a little hefty for KT to lob at Gen.G. As they just go back towards this Baron as if nothing had happened.
Yeah, I think the chance of stealing that Baron a lot lower now that Cuz is dead.
Also doing a 6 ult.
Yeah, it's not looking super hot here as Gen.G just moved Duro and Keen towards this mid lane, and it's Canyon and Ruler that are there to deal with this Baron.
Oh, they can't, Max, because do you still have a vote?
No.
So clearly you can't get away with
Wait,
anything.
no. I had 2 votes, okay?
And then they chuck it away.
This area, and if it was Bro playing, then I was handing out a whole bunch of upgraded ones, as there's the Nature's Grasp. KT gonna get coaxed away from this inhibitor turret. Now looking for a bit of a fight, but Chovy finds the angle! He gets in, and then gets immediately out again. Perfect though, he's able to stay alive. They take down the tree, but down goes the inhibitor turret as well. KT put the phalanx together to try and block. Never mind, it's not enough, he's just too big!
Guys, I was thinking about the decision to have the Ziggs tank the Jin shots, and it seems to have backfired.
I don't think it was a
He
great
had
decision.
flash! They had heal!
He didn't want to flash in case he killed his teammate.
Could have lived! Doctom, you're too good a teammate!
Oh dear. Well, the train is going to run over 2 of them. The Crocodile, the first one to go down. Cuz now in so much trouble as these 4 shots for Ruler, all of them are just nukes that he can throw at KT. This Jin is absurdly fed. Chovy also puts together his Infinity Edge and makes his way back as, man, this is triple shellacking for Gen.G as they look to close in. The charm comes through. Duro says, yes, you're very charming, BDD, but unfortunately you're not going to win this series. As in goes Cuz, looking for the angle under Ruler. He just cleanses. He's wandering around. He was reloading for a little while longer, and he does get taken out. Now Keen could actually be close to death, but Chovy is having a field day. They took down one threat, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2-threat comp, and Chovy's the best player in the world. They will take down KT here as Perfect did have enough time to respawn. I just don't know whether this Crocodile is going to quite be enough. As in comes Canyon, that's the ace, and that is the Nexus going down for the 3rd time in this series, and Gen.G will not be denied an 8th final.